Of course, when it comes to fitness and stuff, then Virat Kohli is someone who is really up there. And I mean, of course, a lot of people would mention his name, but yeah, I think there's a lot to learn from him as well. His attitude and his approach to the game as well. We being an associate nation, the recognition that you get, or the visibility that you get and stuff is slightly lesser. So of course, you've always got to do something really special for people to notice you. Fast-moving game, and there's a lot of power hitting and stuff involved. So when it comes to power hitting and stuff, I love watching Tim David. Tim David is, I've played against him quite a bit. I mean, a few matches when he was playing for Singapore. So Malaysia and Singapore, we always play a lot against each other. So yeah, to see someone that I've really looked up to, and I feel like I want to, of course, I wouldn't say I want to bat like him, but the impact that he can create on the game, I really appreciate that, and I love watching that. I want to learn as much as I can from him, and I mean, that's a dream. That's a dream for every player out there, I would say. If you ask any cricketer who's playing for their for their country, of course they will want to play in the IPL one day. Man of the match, I actually texted Sikandar Raza, because I played with him recently in the Cayman game, the Cayman T10. So I was in the same team as him, and we actually had a chat about that. And he was telling me that, I'm coming after you, because at that time I think he was below me or something. So he said that I'm coming after you and stuff. And then when he got the record, I just sent him a text, and I'm like, I'll get there and stuff. And he's like, oh, I'll be very happy if you do and stuff. You're like my little brother and all that. So
Hello and welcome to Cricket Times. Today we have a very special guest with us, the Malaysian cricketer, Mr. Virandeep Singh. As a dynamic batter, a handy spinner, and of course a wicket-keeper batter as well, Virandeep has stamped his authority as a versatile cricketer at the international arena. So without further ado, let's welcome Virandeep on our show. Hi Virandeep, welcome to Cricket Times. It's a pleasure to have you.
hello, thank you so much. Thanks for this opportunity. I'm looking forward to this chat and sharing as much as I can.
Yeah. Tell us about your cricketing journey, how it all began for you.
Yeah, I think just like many others out there, I think it started off at the school level. I had the opportunity to pick a spot in school, and it was actually my brother. I followed my brother. He played cricket for school, so there's a 2 years gap between me and my brother. And yeah, so when he joined school at the age of 7, I was 5 at that time, and we had to pick a sport in school. So my parents were like, okay, why don't we pick cricket? And then from then on, actually before I even joined school, I was really joining his training sessions and stuff. So that's how it all began for me. And yeah, after that, slowly moved on to play club level at the age of 10. We joined Royal Selangor Club. I started playing for the RSC at the age of 10. That's when I actually played my like proper hardball cricket and stuff. And then from then on, played for the state Kuala Lumpur, and then got the opportunity to play for under 16 Malaysia. And from then on, under 19, and then the senior level as well. So yeah, it's been great, I would say. A lot of experience, a lot to gain from, and a lot to learn from throughout the journey as well. But yeah, it's just started. I'm still very young, so there's a long way to
Yeah.
go.
I heard about how it all started for you and your, incredible journey that you've had. Tell us about your role models.
Yeah, I think for now, I've always had different role models for different reasons, I would say. Like if I break it down into, like today, cricket is such a fast moving game, and there's a lot of power hitting and stuff involved. So when it comes to power hitting and stuff, I love watching Tim David. Tim David is, I've played against him quite a bit. I mean, a few matches when he was playing for Singapore. So Malaysia and Singapore, we always play a lot against each other. So yeah, to see someone that I've really looked up to, and I feel like I want to, of course, I wouldn't say I want to bat like him, but the impact that he can create on the game, I really appreciate that, and I love watching that. I want to learn as much as I can from him, and I think he's got very good power hitting techniques as well. So for now, I would say Team David is one of the players that one of the role models that I have. And of course, when it comes to fitness and stuff, then Virat Kohli is someone who is really up there. And I
Yeah,
mean, of course, a lot of people would mention his name, but yeah, I think there's a lot to learn from him as well. His attitude and his approach to the game as well. He's really aggressive. He's really, um, you know, is willing to do anything for his team. Willing to do anything to win the game and stuff. So yeah, those are some of the things that I look and pick and try to emulate and stuff, because I wouldn't really give you one name, because that's how I
yeah,
look at things. So whenever I watch cricket and stuff, I always want to pick up things from each and everyone, and that's where you learn, I guess. So yeah, I would say for now those two. And if you ask me the same question, maybe in the next year or in the coming 6 months, then it may change as well. So for now, those are the two players that I'm looking at.
yeah. Pretty cool. Have you got the opportunity to meet Virat Kohli?
Virat Kohli, no, I haven't played with him. I've played some under 19 cricket, like the Asia Cup, under 19 Asia Cup, and
Yeah.
stuff. One was held in Malaysia, and then we played the Emerging Cup as well. So I played against the under 19 guys. I think Ashdeep and Prithvi, Shubman Gill, and all these guys, but we've not played against Virat Kohli.
Okay. Moving on to another question. You obviously represent Malaysia, and cricket, if I can say that, still growing there. So, uh, what were the challenges that you faced when you started your journey?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, cricket, like you rightly mentioned, it's a growing sport. It's not a sport like like in India, everybody plays sport, and it's a religion
Yeah,
in that part of the world. So here it's a bit slow in picking up and stuff. But I would say that now I would say in 2017 we played a SEA Games. So SEA Games is Southeast Asian Games, and we won a gold medal in that as well. So I think after that cricket really changed. That's when I started to realize that people started following the game more, and the kids started watching watching cricket, and they all
yeah,
wanted to play the sport and stuff like that. So which is a very good sign, I would say. And after that, the entire dynamics of the sport in the country, I would say, just changed. And um yeah, so if you speak in terms of challenges and stuff, of course, I would say the opportunity to play against competitive teams and stuff, that's one of the challenges we always face. And even until today, I would say that is something that we face, because I'll give you an example. If you're a club cricketer, or yeah, for example, in India or in Pakistan and stuff, you get to play, uh, say bowlers bowling at 130, 140 quite consistently, or even 150. They have their opportunities and stuff. But here for us, we may get maybe two or three guys bowling at that speed and stuff, and the rest of them may be slightly slower as well. So no disrespect to the guys that we have here, but it's just that this is what we have. So you keep
yeah,
playing the same guys again and again, and that becomes a sort of a challenge at times, because at the end of the day, cricket is a sport. It's not an individual sport. In an individual sport, you can put X amount of hard work and you will get X amount of results. But in cricket,
yeah,
you need to make sure that you are playing, comparative cricket. You need to make sure that you are always competing with the best, because that's when you actually learn. You can spend 12 hours, 15 hours, or even 20 hours in a week in the nets, and that's not going to make a difference
yeah,
to you, because it's all about the experience on the field. So when you get on the field, you play against different opponents and you play in different conditions and stuff. That's where I guess the learning is, as a cricketer. So that is one of the challenges that we have always faced. But of course, it's been way better now, as compared to when I started off and stuff, because the exposure and stuff, I was actually lucky, and I'm really grateful, because I was playing for Kuala Lumpur State, and I'm from KL. So we always had the opportunity to tour and play against different clubs and opponents and stuff
yeah,
at a younger age. So yeah, of course, it's not as much as I would have liked, but I'm still very grateful that I got the opportunity and to do that. So yeah, I think, like I said, that's where the learning is. So now, even for me now, that's the opportunities that I'm looking at. The more that I can go and play outside and explore, and venture out and just go out of your comfort zone and stuff. Because if you wake up
yeah,
every morning and you do the same thing again and again, then you're not learning, right? You want to be out of your comfort zone to learn and stuff. So yeah, so but overall, I think it's way better than what it was, a few years back. Like now, the club cricket, the scene of, it's huge. If you ask me, a lot of clubs are playing the game. A lot of schools are picking up, because nowadays sometimes they invite me to, okay, can you please come and just be there for a school event
Yeah.
or some state event or something, and I see the players and stuff, and I see like, okay, cricket has changed a lot. A lot of people are picking up the sport, and which is a very good sign as well. So yeah, overall it's okay. It's going well. It's going well, I would say.
Just following up on that, as you said that cricket is from the time when you started and now the picture has changed. So my question was that what is the current growth of cricket in Malaysia?
Yeah, like I mentioned, if you look back, if I look back at what 10 years, 15 years, there were always clubs playing the game and stuff. But now, with the live streaming and stuff coming in, I have to mention, our CEO, Malaysian Cricket CEO, Dinesh Putrama, he's done a great job. With the way he's commercialized the game in Malaysia. He's someone
Yeah,
that, like over the years and stuff. As I was growing, he's always been in the association and stuff, and the way he's changed the way people view cricket in Malaysia. I think it's amazing. I think today we have live streaming and stuff where clubs get exposure and stuff, because most of the guys that are playing club cricket in Malaysia are all expats. So the
yeah,
expats, they have family back home and stuff, so they all want to be on TV, or even be on live streaming or YouTube's or whatever. So everybody wants to be out there, right? So the opportunity that the players have today, um, I think it's great, and that's something that has really changed over the years, I would say. And of course, um, with I also mentioned some of the cricket shops that have come in. So, for example, like the company that is sponsoring the Mastro Sports, so they have come into the picture as well. And now I see, they have come up with this synthetic mat sort of a thing where you can actually put it on any flat ground, and you can play the game.
yeah,
So it's supposed to work like another artificial or a turf and stuff like that. So it's supposed to replicate that. But yeah, I think that's great, because that gives people the opportunity, gives players, the young boys and girls, of course, to play the game, anywhere you want to play. So most of the schools can afford that, and it also can start the game, because
yeah.
cricket is an expensive sport. Whatever said and done, you,
True.
you know how it is, right? The equipment is so expensive. Everything is expensive about cricket. So it's, yeah, so to help out and stuff. So of course the shops that, like I mentioned, right, Metro Sport that has come in, and of course we've got some other companies as well that have helped with the growth of cricket as well. So yeah, those are some of the things that I can notice as a cricketer coming up in this system. Like the
All
club
right.
scene is one of them, and then of course, yeah, just the way the social cricket is being played, which is a very good sign, because that means that people are being involved, people are buying into the sport, which is a great sign. Yeah.
Yeah. Truly. Moving on to another question. You were the first Malaysian cricketer, I believe, who scored a T20 century. So, tell us about that feeling and how did it impact your career?
Yeah, look, I think playing T20 cricket is something that I love. We are not a test nation. We don't have red ball cricket in the country. I mean, of
Yeah,
course, I have played some red ball cricket uh, back then, and I think after that we realized that there's no point really for us to play red ball cricket, and that's why we started playing more white ball stuff. And I think with the T20I international status coming in for all the countries, I think that opened the doors for everyone, if you ask me, because the I think T20 cricket, you spend 3 hours, on the field, and you go home. You play 50 over cricket, you play 8 hours, and it's a very long game, right? So I would say, I would consider ourselves semi-pro. I wouldn't say we are professional cricketers. I would say we are semi-professional cricketers. So playing T20 cricket is something that we all enjoy doing and stuff. And it's yeah, sixes and fours and wickets. That's something that we all enjoy. So yeah, the T20 international century. Yeah, I was opening at that time, but now of course I'm batting at 3-4 and stuff. But I was opening batsman back then, and it was, yeah, very very clear rules given to us, to me, by my coach and stuff, and just for me to go and express myself, and just hit as many boundaries as you can, and yeah, I guess it was my day. But overall, there's a very funny story behind this, because I remember, if you go back 3 years or maybe 4 years, or even when we just got the international status, um, I used to speak to my psychologist. Her name is Madhuli, Miss Madhuli. I even speak to her until today. But yeah, I remember sharing my issues with her, and I told her that I feel like I can never be a T20 cricketer. I'm struggling to play T20 cricket. I can't hit the ball. I'm not, I can't hit sixes. I love,
Yeah,
I love watching T20 cricket, but I just can't be like them. I just feel like, I don't have it in me and stuff. And I was very negative and stuff. I was like, no, I can't do it. And then I feel like over the years, the runs that I've scored, the records I've achieved, or whatever little that I've done in the T20 circle, or whatever you want to call that. I think it's something that I'm really grateful for, because the amount of hard work that I've put in, and the results that I've got, I'm very, very grateful that I got this opportunity to play, and do what I've done. I'm not saying that I've
yeah,
achieved, hell lots and stuff, but it's just that something very small, and I'm very happy for that. I'm proud of my own achievements, and of course, the coaches that have been involved, and everyone who's helped me to get better as a cricketer. That
yeah,
includes the physios, the trainers, the coaches, and yeah, the psychologists as well. So yeah, overall it's been good, I would say, and yeah, I'm really enjoying playing the game.
yeah. Truly. In fact, I don't know whether you know this or not that you happen to have like won the Player of the Match awards most times, like second number. You are at par with Virat Kohli and Surya Kumar Yadav.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I'm aware of that. Yeah.
okay, so your next target is Sikandar Raza. He's at the top.
Yeah, yeah. So even so, stuff like that. For some reason, I don't know how this has happened, and maybe it's just my parents' blessing and stuff. I don't know, because um, my parents have been really supportive of me playing the sport, and they've never, me and my brother actually, they've never said no to us, about in regards to cricket and stuff. So I don't know. Sometimes this kind of things just happen. Some funny record just comes up, and I'm on social media, and I'm like, oh, when did I achieve this? I don't even know how it happened and stuff. But yeah, of course, it's a special feeling. It's a nice feeling to have. Records, and achieving this and that and all. It's always a special feeling. But then I realized that over the years, um, that's something that doesn't really satisfy me, if you ask me. Of course, I'm proud. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy and I'm very proud that I've achieved that. But I feel like my goals are slightly different. As I mean, how human beings are, right? When you
Yeah,
achieve this, you want the next one, and you want to keep growing and stuff. So that's something that I've you know, uh, the way I've been brought up as well. I've always been very competitive, and I always want to do better than what I've done before and stuff. So yeah, I am grateful with whatever I've achieved. And this man of the match, I actually texted Sikandar Raza, because I played with him recently in the Cayman T10. So I was in the
okay,
same team as him, and we actually had a chat about that. And he was telling me that, oh, you know. I'm coming after you, because at that time I think he was below me or something. So he said that I'm coming after you and stuff. And then when he got the record, I just sent him a text, and I'm like, I'll get there and stuff. And he's like, oh, I'll be very happy if you do and stuff. You're like my little brother and all that. So yeah, he's a great guy. And yeah, so nothing much to really say about that. But yeah, just try always, whenever I step onto the field, I'm always trying my best to do my best and help Malaysia win as many games as we can. So that's always been my goal, and I try to keep it as simple as I can. And yeah, it's been going okay for me, I guess.
yeah. All right. You spoke about your brother, Mr. Pawandeep Singh. I guess he also plays for Malaysia. So, being brothers, do you guys share cricketing tips on and off the field? I mean, how's the feeling like that?
Yeah, I think one good thing about us is that I'm a batsman and he's a bowler. So it really helps us, because we can actually share in terms of, I wouldn't really say in terms of techniques and stuff. We don't really speak much about techniques, but it's all about like reading the batsman's mind. Like, he comes and says, okay, what do you think I should do when he's bowling and stuff? What do you think with the field set? Should I put this field or should I put that field and stuff? Or what do you think he's going to try to do now? Is he going to try to you think he's going to attack, or do you think they're going to play a few overs out, and then they're going to take charge? And what is the batsman's strength, and or maybe he's holding the bat this way, so what do you think we should be doing and stuff? So yeah, all those small things where as the batsman I will understand, and I can share that with him. And of course, when he bowls as well, he bowls with a new ball, so then I also I also ask him some questions and stuff on what he's trying to do and stuff. So it's basically more about the thinking part, like trying to be one step ahead of the batsman or being one step ahead of the bowler. So yeah, that really helps. And just say after we have played a game and stuff, we come back and then we just analyze maybe on the way back when you're driving back from the grounds and stuff. We're just analyzing, okay, what do you think we could have done better? And today I couldn't really do something, or today was a good day for me and stuff. So yeah, it's always nice to have someone that you can discuss cricket with. And I love talking about the game. I'm a huge fan of just sharing and talking and trying to learn as much as I can and stuff. So yeah, it's nice to have him around and just speak about cricket. It really makes a difference.
Uh, you had I can say that you had a pretty good career so far. So, if you could pick one moment, which has been the best moment in your cricketing career so far.
um I would say, I mean, okay, the most memorable, uh if there's one innings that comes to my mind, uh of course, is when I made a 50 against India under 19. I was playing against India under 19, and I made a 50 against them. And at that time, I was 18. Now I was playing my last under 19 tournament, and that's when I made my 50 against India under 19. And I think that was special to me because at that time, because um, just to share with you, in my life, I've always believed that I've had this, um, how do I say this? Okay, like I've played, okay, for example, this small incident that has happened, that really helped me change my mindset. So, for example, before that, maybe my confidence level was low, or maybe I didn't really have a clue of of how good I was and stuff. So then, whenever I played this one small innings, I think this has helped me become a better player after that. So the way I played against India is not about the runs, but yeah, whatever that I made, 50 or whatever. It's not about the run. Then I was moving on to senior cricket, right? After I'm ranking cricket, and that's when I realized that okay, I can actually play. I belong at this. I feel like I can, do my best at, I can play anybody. So if I can play, that's how I used to think, right? Because when you're young and you're thinking, oh, I can play India, of course you play the name. And now you understand that it's all about playing the ball. It's the same. Whether it's, whoever is releasing the ball is the same, right? So by that time when you are younger, you think about, okay, I can play against India, I can play against anybody. So that's how your mindset is
Yeah, yeah.
when you're slightly younger. So I think that really helped me change, yeah, my perspective on myself and my mindset and stuff. And I started to understand that, okay, I started to believe that I can play the game, and that changed everything for me, I would say. So that's one of the innings. And then, of course, the second innings that comes to my mind is uh, the innings against Bangladesh. We lost the game sadly and stuff, but that's something that honestly I don't really like talking about it because of the way we lost that in the last over and stuff. But yeah, that's another innings that made me believe, or actually I would say made the team believe. No, it's not only about me, it's also about the team, because it helped us believe that okay, yes, we can compete. We can compete against the best and stuff. So I feel like, yeah, those small moments that happen and stuff, and that really helps us all grow as cricketers, I would say.
Truly. You have played actually quite a few T20 leagues. I believe, including the Global T20 Canada. So how's that exposure helped you in your, when it comes to improving your skills or whatever?
Yeah, that's, I think, like I mentioned at the start, I was sharing about how playing outside, playing abroad, and playing with different players, and playing outside of your comfort zone is something that we all want as cricketers, right? And I feel that playing the GT20 was something that I would say changed my life again, once again. So that was another step, to me moving forward and stuff. And I think that really helped me because it's not really about, again, I would say it's not only about the cricket that I played. It's not about, oh, me batting and bowling and fielding. It's not about that. It's just about the time that you spend with the top with the top cricketers. So in my team, we had a lot of big names. We had Mohammad Nabi, Sunil Ryan, Marcus Stoinis, Kyle Mayers. Uh, yeah, so we had the top cricketers, that I've played for their countries and played all over the world as well. So just sharing the dressing room with them, speaking to them about the game, trying to understand how they think and stuff, what is their experience of playing around the world for so many years. I think that really helped me because, and of course, I've saved all of that in my notes as well, in my phone. So I've got all, so I don't forget because I have a very bad memory. So I make sure that I write all of that down, and then whenever I like when I'm down or whenever I'm feeling like okay, okay, I'm not feeling really good about myself, then I go back and read the notes and stuff, and then I realize that they are they're only human. They're just like us. What we look at them as heroes playing on TVs. They have played here, they've played there, they've played IPL, every league in the world they have been playing and stuff. But then after that, when you connect with them and when you spend some time with them, you start to understand that they're just like us. They think like us. They they're just humans after all. So yeah,
Yeah.
and then of course, yeah, but just that the way they approach the mindset that they have got, with regards to playing the sport and stuff, and that's the only difference that, that there is between us. So yeah, I think that really changed everything for me.
Okay. You know, athletes actually athletes do go through some challenging times. Some setbacks. If I may ask you about same feeling that have you experienced any kind of challenging period in your cricketing career, and how did you overcome it?
But yeah, unfortunately, I can't give you a sad story. I mean, because we're just lucky. I tell you honestly, I'm lucky to be born in Malaysia, in a country like Malaysia. I'm lucky to be given the opportunity, by my parents, by basically it's not a tough life here. I'll be very honest with you. It's not a tough life in Malaysia, and playing the sport, and it's very grounds are accessible. You can just go to any ground you want to play, and it's not very difficult. But I think as a cricketer, I would say, I mean, when you're younger and stuff, you don't really think about all of this stuff. But as you grow, you start to realize that you want to make the sport your career. And that's something that there's always been the challenge for me. I've always wanted to earn money through cricket. I want to make sure that cricket is my job. Because I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the office and do a 9 to 5 job. That's just not me. I love the game. I want to play. I want to work so hard and stuff. But then, of course, you do understand that there are limitations of being a cricketer in the country. You can't just depend fully on cricket, as your source of income
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's tough because when you watch the cricketers on TV, you watch all of these guys who are going all around the world and playing so many leagues around the world, then you feel like I want to be one of them. I want to be like them because I want to make cricket my career. I want to make it like a job for myself. And then when I retire, I want to be comfortable and stuff, right? So that is a challenge that's constantly there because you want to be,
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, you want to make it a job. So you got to work harder. You got to do different things and stuff because we being, an associate nation, the recognition that you get or, the the visibility that you get and stuff is slightly lesser. So of course you've always got to
Yeah.
do something really special for people to notice you. Otherwise, you would be just another cricketer, right? So yeah, I would say that's something that I've always been, challenging myself for and stuff, to try to push myself and try to have a niche that, that not many have around the world and stuff. So yeah, those are some of the challenges that we face, I would say, on the field. Yeah.
All right. So, how do you like stay motivated and maintain your fitness, especially when it comes to off seasons?
Yeah. So in Malaysia, we don't really have off season because we are blessed with pretty good weather throughout the year. Besides the rain, it rains almost every other day,
Yeah.
every other day in Malaysia. But yeah, you've got 24 hours in a day and you can play cricket anytime. So yeah, I think in terms of remaining motivated and stuff, what I do is I have small goals in my life. I set, for example, like now I'm 25. I set a short goal for myself until I'm probably 27. I'm like, okay, before I reach 27 or when I'm 27, this is what I want to play. These are some of the leagues that I want to get into. Or as a cricketer, I want to be able to play in this way because now after having played the game for a while, then you start to understand what are your limitations, what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths as a batsman. I wouldn't talk much about bowling, but as a batsman, what is your mindset when you go and play the game? What are you thinking of and stuff? Like are you able to express yourself, or are you still having the fear of failure and stuff? And those small things that I because I love thinking about the game, so I do go deeply into those stuff. So yeah, so when I'm 27, I want to be I want to be a batsman that is able to play a certain way and stuff. So those are short goals that I set for myself. And of course, I have a coach who's unfortunately not the national coach anymore, but his name is Bilal Hassan. He spent a lot of time with me, and he's always on my phone. We're always chatting about the game, and just discussing cricket and stuff. So he's really helped me throughout my career as well. So yeah, ever since I was 12, the first time I played for Malaysia under 16, he was the coach. And yeah, recently, yeah, he's not the coach anymore, but still until today I have sessions with him and stuff. So I sit down with him and I discuss with him, okay, where do you think I should be heading and stuff. And it's always nice to have someone like that, because they'll ensure that you are actually going on the right path and stuff. Because sometimes we don't really realize what we are doing because we just go with the flow and stuff, and then you realize that, okay, maybe I may not be on the right path, maybe this is not what I want to do and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
the connection I have with him is really special. So that's how I kind of keep myself always motivated, and I tell myself that, okay, this is your goal now for the next 2 years. What do you want to do? Yeah, I'm going to make sure that I keep working towards that, and I'm
yeah,
achieving. Every few months or every few weeks, I'm looking up and seeing that, okay, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right things? Yes. If I am, okay, tick, and then I'm going to the next one and the next one. So that's how the small goals that I have, and I set them, and I just try to achieve them. And yeah, that's how I would say I keep myself motivated.
right. You spoke about the mindset and goals. Uh, if I may ask you, is there any aspect that you want to improve in your game, or like in the batting or bowling, whatever?
So when I mentioned earlier about having a niche in the game, right? So for example, like somebody like Tim David, they are a rare breed sort of a thing, because the stuff that they can do, not many can do around the world. So for me as well, I have I have faith in my technique. I believe I have a very good technique and stuff in terms of batting. But one thing that I really want to improve is my strike rate. So if you look at my career strike rate, it's probably what 125, 26. It's always been around there. And of course, yeah, the average is, I don't know what, I don't know, probably in 30s and stuff. But um I want to make sure that my strike rate moves up, because one of the things, I mean, there's a stat that yeah, that's available on Cricket Info as well. Whenever Malaysia has won games, my average is 50. So that means there's always been an impact of my innings. Whenever, if I want Malaysia to win, if Malaysia has to win, then there's always been a contribution from me as well. So that's something that I've always wanted to get better at, because sometimes I feel like I've played some innings and I've gotten close, but I've not finished the games. So I feel like, maybe if I would have taken that extra risk and stuff, then maybe that, maybe we could have won. But of course, I didn't take the risk and we lost the game. So those are some of the things that I want to change. I want to make sure that, I'm the man, basically. I want to go out there, I
Yeah,
want to go and, take the game on and stuff. And I still feel that I haven't really achieved that. I haven't achieved that feeling of, okay, stepping onto the ground and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it single-handedly today. I'm going to do it by myself and stuff. So that, the way of expressing myself, I wouldn't say I've achieved that so far. So yeah, so the strike rate is one of the things, and of course, trying to win more games single-handedly, that's something that I really want to do. And even like, I've been watching Nicholas Pooran over the last few weeks or months, and I love the way he plays. Because he comes in at 3 and he just takes the game on, and he scores
yeah,
really quickly and stuff. So that's something I really want to do it by myself. But of course, there is more risk involved and stuff, and you got to back yourself. It's all about backing yourself, right? So yeah, I'm trying to find a balance. At the same time, you don't want to just go out there and just swing your bat. You don't want to be doing that, right? So it's
yeah,
about the consistency, and also, um, yeah, the way, how aggressive you are and stuff like that. So yeah, that's something I want to really work on.
yeah. All right. You mentioned Nicholas Pooran. He is, of course, a very impactful player, and as you mentioned, he just goes on right from the word go. He actually happens to be quite an asset kind of a player, in any team, be it West Indies or in the IPL. So,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned quite rightly. So, if I may ask you about, is there any plan of your plan of coming to IPL?
I mean, that's a dream. That's a dream for every player out there. I would say, if you ask any cricketer who is playing for their, for their country, of course they would want to play. in the IPL one day, and that's like the ultimate goal. But of course, I do understand. Uh, yeah, I really understand. Like I'm not living in a dreamland and stuff. I understand
Yeah.
what the challenges are, and how we can actually move up and one day play in the IPL and stuff. But I think that of course, yeah, like I said, I've got that goal, but I feel that I need to achieve those smaller stuff first for me to
Yeah.
before I can actually even yeah think of. There's no harm thinking is free, dreaming is free, but there's no harm in doing that. But of course, I want to make sure that I'm doing and I'm doing the right things at this level first. I want to make sure that I fix my mindset. I get my like I said, the balance right in terms of aggressiveness and also consistency. How do I get all of those things right? And then when I go into leagues like the GT20 and
Yeah.
whatever opportunity that I get around the world, I create that impact first, and then it's a take. Yeah, it's basically about taking the steps. Like slowly. It's not about jumping, like skipping the steps and all that. It's not about that. So yeah, I'm enjoying. Honestly, I tell you, I'm enjoying the journey. I have no issues with not being where I want to be uh, yet. I think that's absolutely fine, and I'm just enjoying every day as it comes, and I'm just making sure that I'm doing the right things. Yeah.
All right. Just expanding that question a little bit. If I may ask you your favorite IPL team
RCB.
because of Virat Kohli.
Uh, it was Kohli, De Villiers, Chris Gale. When those three were playing together, I was a huge fan of the of RCB. Unfortunately, we haven't won yet, but I think we're not far off. Hopefully, RCB will win the next one.
Yeah, and hopefully we can see you in the RCB camp.
That's the
Okay.
that's the dream.
Okay. So, what advice would you like to give to the budding cricketers in Malaysia?
Um, I think it's not only about the budding cricketers in Malaysia. I think it's a general one that can go to everyone. One thing I learned over the years, and I also believe that it's a progress and it's a process, not a progress. Sorry, it's a process that everyone goes through in life. I feel like one of the things that I've always wanted to do. Of course, I want to be a good cricketer. I want to be a successful cricketer and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes we go too much into trying to achieve, uh, achieve goals in life and stuff like that, where we forget that at the end of the day, we are just human beings. We can't be too harsh on ourselves. We can't be too serious about anything in life, because at the end of the day, it's about the small things that make a difference as well. It's not only about the goals. Like I was watching one of these interviews as well, of Colin Munro and I can't remember who the other player was, and even they mentioned the same things, and I could relate to that because they were like, oh, we start thinking that um, because okay, if I'm a bad cricketer, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
Basically we relate those things, and that's not how it's supposed to be in life. It's about cricket. Yeah, you play cricket on the field and you leave it there, and when you step on the field, you want to be a good human being as well. And that's something that I always tell myself. I want to be a good person. Of course, you can't be everyone's person. Not everyone's going to be happy with you in life, and that's absolutely normal. But as long as your intentions are right in life, I think that more often than not, the universe or the God or whatever you believe in will always give you success. Or I would say that the stuff that you want, it always works out well for you. But you got to make sure that your intentions are right in life, and that's something that I want to live my life on. Those are some of the values that I want to follow and stuff, and I want to make sure that I'm not, I'm thinking very very clean. I want to make sure that I'm my mindset is right. I'm not being negative about people, and I'm not being, I don't want this jealousy part to come into it. And
Yeah.
I tell you something, these are all very natural stuff that happen. So of course you got to be really, one of the reasons why I also believe in like, I go to the Gurdwara. I wouldn't say really often and stuff, but I try to go whenever I can and stuff, because I feel like if you're connected to God and stuff like that, I feel like it really helps. It really helps you remain calm. And yeah, so basically the conclusion of that is you want to be a good human being as well. It's not only about your cricket part. Yeah, you can be a good cricketer, you can be the best at your age level and stuff, but you always have to remember that there's always someone better than you. So
Yeah.
that's all. And you play cricket until what, 35, 40, and what happens after that? So you spend what, 60, 70% of your life outside the cricket field. So if you're only going to be, oh, I'm a cricketer, I'm this, I'm that, I've done, achieved it, who's going to remember you after that? No one's going to remember you after that. So yeah, so be a good person. Of course, you have good intentions in life, and you work hard for the sport. Of course, you work really hard for the sport and stuff. So because that's your passion, right? So yeah, and hopefully it works out well for everyone.
Yeah, truly. We are now heading into another segment of our interview. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be giving you two choices.
Okay.
It's the this or that round.
Okay.
So, and you're supposed to pick one. So, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Spin bowling or pace attack? What do you like to face?
Pace attack.
Okay. Reading about cricket legends or watching old matches, their old matches.
Reading about cricket legends.
Okay. Going viral for a spectacular catch or a record-breaking innings.
Record breaking innings.
Okay. MS Dhoni or Joss Butler, your favorite wicketkeeper.
MS Dhoni.
Okay. Playing in sunny weather or under the floodlights.
Sunny weather any day.
Okay. Um, Exploring the city after the match or staying in a hotel.
Staying in a hotel. I'm very lazy.
All right. So another question is, what do you like? What do you prefer? Like, okay, cricket gear shopping or tech gadget shopping?
Cricket gear shopping.
Okay. Daljit Dosanjh or AP Dhillon, your favorite Punjabi artist.
Diljit. Diljit any day. I want to watch his concert. I want to go to his concert one day.
All right. Movie night with friends or karaoke with teammates.
Movie night with friends. I can't sing.
Okay. So that was our round, this or that. Now we are moving to another segment.
Yeah.
It's called rapid fire, and
Okay.
you must be aware of what the drill is all about. Okay, so shall we
I
begin?
try my best. Yep.
Okay, one word that describes you on the field.
Probably passionate.
Okay, one cricketing superstition you have.
Stepping onto the field with my right leg first.
Okay, your go-to song before a match.
Any Atif Aslam song.
Okay, one country you would love to play in.
South Africa.
Okay, a cricketer you'd like to meet.
Virat Kohli.
Okay, one superpower you wish you had.
I want unlimited power. I want so much of power to just clear the line whenever I want to clear the line.
Okay, your three favorite cricketers of all time.
ABD Villiers, Virat Kohli, and for the person he is, MS Dhoni.
All right, so thank you so much, Virandeep. It was fun chat. Thank you for sharing your insights, your journey. We wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Any final message you'd like to say?
Just thank you so much for having me, and it's nice to see you guys are doing stuff like this, because I think there are a lot of players out there who who are not known yet. So I think if you the more interviews that you guys do and the more you guys put people out there, it'll be really good for us. It's really helpful for us. These small things in life, you know, make a lot of difference for us. To us, sorry. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.